Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm still recovering from being sick, or I guess I still am sick, whatever. It's fine. I sound a little bit less like a supervillain and on occasion a little bit more like Minnie Mouse because my voice is still going in and out because of the cold. I swear I lasted all of winter not getting sick, and all of a sudden, bam, itchy throat. But anyway, we're not here to talk about how I'm dying. We're here to talk about these new notebooks from Exceed that you can get at Walmart that they're finally getting out onto the shelves in their stationery section. And I went there to get some, what did I go there to get? To get some bread for some Italian beef sandwiches I made, and somehow meandered all the way over halfway across the store to the stationery section. I don't know how that happened. It just did. And then I saw these, and as you can see, I snagged one up. They actually have these in several sizes. I think they have a soft cover, and it's the only soft cover that they have in like a B5 size. They have an A5 hardcover bullet journal, that's what they labeled it. And they have this size, which is kind of like a half letter size. It's 5 inches wide by 8¼ inches high. And they have like a pocket size, like a smaller size. And what intrigued me was the heavyweight paper, because I've seen Exceed notebooks before. If you are a stationery addict like I am, you've probably seen Exceed notebooks before in Walmart as well, and you would know that their paper quality is not the best, or was not the best. But apparently they bumped it up to 100 GSM, and I do believe that they collaborated with another YouTuber blogger by the name of Stationery Nerd to make these better quality notebooks. So yeah, I think these are 864, which can give Moleskine and Leuchtturm and Rhodia a serious run for their money, because those are like $20 or more a piece notebooks. But yeah, so some of the things, the features of this include the 100 GSM heavyweight paper, 2-page markers, and it has a pocket in the back. And it has 120 sheets, so that's 240 pages total. Sorry. And so it has, like, this is nice quality hardbound book. It has your little elastic band to keep everything inside. I'm just gonna put some work in this. No, it's not going anywhere. I'm really trying here. It has your elastic here, and you open it, and of course you have your information sheet. These pages are very creamy. It is not white. It is super, super creamy. Can you see how, like, it's vanilla? Like, at this point, it's a vanilla beige. That's what it is. And I just got the dotted notebook, the almost half letter size dotted notebook. I did not get the A5 or the B5 because I have a bunch of notebooks as it is. I need to use the ones that I have. But I couldn't resist buying this. But it does not have an index. The A5 bullet journal that they have has about 5 index pages, and then it gets into the dot grid. They have some that are just lined. This is gonna bug me. I don't know if I'm gonna even use that page because it's glued to that page. Okay. But anyway, the A5 has the 5 index pages, and then it gets into the dot grid, and it's numbered. Since this is just a regular notebook, it is not numbered. And the dot grid on here is not terrible. It's not super dark. Can you see it? And it's gray. But yeah, like, this is actually pretty nice. Let's see these page markers. Okay, where are you? So here's your 2-page markers, and they're just little pieces of ribbon and I can definitely tell where they burnt the edges so they wouldn't fray. But these, they're not very thick. They're pretty thin feeling, kind of flimsy, but I'm not expecting extreme quality for $8.64 plus tax, because that's pretty much how much these cost. So there's the 2 page markers, and in the back, goodness, my voice, here is the expandable pocket for, you know, stuff. So, and the binding is actually, let me get these out of the way. These page markers is actually glued. So that's a promising looking binding. So hopefully the pages won't fall out like in their older versions, of which are mostly soft bound. But yeah, so hopefully that binding will stand up. Let's see. Is it lay flat? I don't know. Maybe, let's see. Nope. I mean, nope. Let's try again. Let's see. You hear the binding creak? I mean, I guess you can train it if you feel like going through all of that. It's lay flat-ish. It's not completely lay flat, but that's honestly not terrible. It doesn't close back, so that's a bonus. So it's lay flat-ish once you work the binding or train it. Yeah, because that's smack dab in the middle. Although this stitching is concerning. I don't know if you can see it, but the stitching looks a little loose. I don't know if I can try and get a good shot of this, but the stitching is a little loose in the center. I'm a little concerned, is mostly with that one. And as you can tell, look, I'm completely missing a stitch already. But thus far, it doesn't look like any pages want to fall out. Yeah, no. So yeah, I'm a little concerned about the stitching because right here, it's already popped. But anyway, I'm gonna flip to the back here and we're gonna test out some pins and stuff, because that's what you want to see when you see heavyweight GSM paper, right? You want to see how it acts to a bunch of different pins. So here's what I got. I have things that I use all the time, which include my Sharpie pen. So let's see here. And I'm heavy-handed, so if it ghosts or bleeds through or whatever, you get to see this from a perspective of someone who pushes really hard into the paper, because that's my natural state. So let's see. I'm going to actually try and watercolor using my Tombos here onto this page and see how that works. I guess I can try the ink that's inside of my cloth and paper icon pen. The ink that's actually in here, it's a Tombow liquid gel. That's the refill I have in this bad boy. So let's see. So let's see the results, shall we? Can we have a drum roll? And that's what it looks like on the back. So there's some sorry, that was a moist one. That was gross. So there's no bleed through. There is some ghosting. There's quite a bit of ghosting, but you have to keep in mind that I'm really heavy-handed with writing. So if you're not heavy-handed, you probably won't get this ghosting or shadowing, whatever you want to call it, when you can kind of see it. And for as hard as I write on there, like, you can't feel the ridges that sometimes paper makes when you write super hard. But I can definitely see the shadowing for the things that are like most wet, and that would be, okay, sorry about that. I had to get a drink of water. So yeah, you can definitely see this is shadowing of the Tombow, and from the Lip Pen Flex, which is pretty wet. You can see the mild liner. You can see very faint shadowing of the Super Tip, and you can definitely see shadowing from the Triple Plus fine liner, well, at least at the end. And it takes watercolor pretty well, but you can definitely see the blue. But if you watercolor in your journal, my dog's trying to be gangster, which is funny because he weighs like 11 pounds. Anyway, so what else is the other one? The Fuedosuki. You can definitely see that. So basically, markers are gonna shadow, but they don't bleed through. So it's not like the end of the world. Your Papermate Inkjoy, your Energel, even the Tombow, this Tombow highlighter did really good. And the Tombow Liquid Gel refill ink, whatever, did pretty good on that too. But for the most part, that actually isn't bad for $8.64. I know we're gonna end up giving this notebook a lot of leeway. This brand right now with their new heavyweight paper, a lot of leeway because of its price point and how it makes these type of notebooks more accessible for people on a budget, for people who can't afford a Leuchtturm or a Scribbles That Matter or a Rhodia or even Moleskines, which I, for one, do not think that they're worth their money. They're just not worth the coin. Their paper is trash. So that's rude. I take that back. Their paper is not great. No, it's trash. So, yeah, I understand we're gonna give this a lot of grace because of its price point. And I think if journaling, or if bullet journaling or artistic bullet journaling is something you're interested in and you want to do, then this is probably gonna, and you live on a budget like, you know, me, this is probably gonna be your best bet when it comes to, especially when you're starting out, because apparently this is better paper quality than the Leuchtturm. So, which I think is what, 70? Or is that Moleskine? I think Moleskine is 70 GSM. But this is better paper quality than a Leuchtturm. I mean, it only comes in, I want to say 4 colors. There was white, black, blue, and pink. Because, you know, pink is for girls, blue is for boys. And it's not even like it's not like a dark navy blue. It's more like a bright blue. But yeah, so this is something for everybody. They have dotted, they also have regular lined notebooks, but I went with the dotted because grids are my jam. But yeah, those are my thoughts on the Exceed hardcover dotted notebook, their new line, which I think is a massive upgrade from their previous ones because they weren't that spectacular. So yeah, let me know in the comments, what do you think about this notebook? I mean, is this something that you would be interested in buying? Like, have you been on the fence about bullet journaling, but you're just been intimidated by all of the expensive notebooks that are out there, and maybe the price point of this notebook may interest you? Like, let me know what you think in the comments below. Also, if you want to pause and zoom in and check out the UPC so you can find it at your store, your local Walmart, it should be in the stationery section where the notebooks are. Not the planners, the notebooks. They do have a planner. They do have a planner made with 78 GSM paper, but that starts in July and ends next year. But that's something you guys are gonna have to go see for yourself. And that concludes this video. So thank you guys so much for joining me. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, if you haven't already, go ahead and click that subscribe button down below. And again, thank you guys so much for joining me. Until next time, bye.